Hello. So we are looking at Step Draw Caricatures by David Antram. This is a large format book, so each page is pretty large, but it is very slim, so there aren't a lot of pages in this. And it covers a couple of specific topics, but it is not a good actual step-by-step, which is what it claims to be. It is more of an overview to give you some ideas, and then you'll probably want a different book that does go more step-by-step to give you the details to learn those skills. So it talks about caricatures in general are exaggerating specific kinds of features, and you can do it with people, you can do it with animals and other things. Talks a bit about the drawing tools, watercolor pencils, charcoal pencils, so you can use the kind of tool that gives the effect that you are interested in creating. And then when you use those different kind of tools, it shows you some of the different results you can get, so pencil style or felt tip style or so on. It talks a tiny bit about exaggerating proportions, but there isn't a lot of detail about how to draw in the first place. So if you haven't drawn faces before, this isn't going to give you a good starting point. If you already know about how the circle lines work and the cross lines define the eyes and all of that kind of stuff, then this will help you to say, all right, if you start with this point, you can make the nose a little bigger by doing this. But if you don't even know how to make the starting point, then this isn't going to be very helpful. And the same thing, it jumps right into eyes, nose, and mouth. If you can't even draw eyes yet, then how are these kinds of things going to be helpful to you about the different ways to exaggerate eyes? You need to learn how to make the eyes in the first place. So maybe he's assuming someone coming to this is already a good facial drawer and just needs help in how to exaggerate different parts of the face. Gets into merging animal parts with human parts, which is fun. But again, you'd need to know how to draw an animal part well and how to draw a human part well to then be able to merge them together in different ways. Talks about, making the chin bigger or making different parts bigger, making the forehead bigger. So a number of different ideas for ways to exaggerate someone. Talk about, do you want to make the person just a bit cuter, or do you want to actually insult them by making something bigger that they're ashamed of? So those are definitely things for caricature artists to think about. You do gentle mockery so that you make Einstein look a little more frizzy, or do you really make fun of him by emphasizing something that he's unhappy with? And then for some reason we go back into the 18th century and talk about doing a caricature in that style, which some people might like, but that's a very specific kind of topic to discuss. And the same thing, we have 2 pages on doing cars. So if someone wants to do a car, this could be cool, but this isn't really enough information for someone to get into drawing cars. They need a book on how to do car drawings. And the same thing with chairs. How many people are actually interested in turning chairs into living creatures? And for the people who do, they probably need more details than just 4 quick pictures on how to do that. The dogs and cats, one could say, is more useful, but again, I'd want a lot more details about where to start and how to put the eyes in, and different kinds of dogs, different kinds of cats, and so on. So this is a good glance at book to get some ideas about where to go, but there isn't enough detail in here for a new artist to make much progress. And for an advanced artist, they've probably got all of the basics down, and I suppose it could give them some ideas about making owner look like his pet and this sort of thing. But I'm just not sure that buying an entire book just to get that 2-page set is really worth it. So it's an interesting thought, but I really don't think the step-by-step title in it is accurate. I don't think that someone could pick this up and go step-by-step to make their own caricatures. It's probably good to take a quick look at and go through and get some ideas, and then to get other books to be able to get into the actual details and learn how to do it yourself. So let me know if you have any questions.